I'd like to call the special meeting to order at 12:07. We're going to suspend the pledge. The machine, would you please make the roll call, please?
Councilmember Bartholomew.
Here.
Councilmember Lapine.
Here.
Councilmember Juneau.
Here.
Councilmember Trufant Salvant.
Here.
Councilmember Edgecombe.
Here.
Councilmember Williams.
Here.
Councilmember Burt.
I'm here.
Council members Black and Roussel are not present.
Item 2. Discussion with the candidates for Civil Service Commission nominated by the University of New Orleans. We have one gentleman with us, and if anybody have any other comments, I mean, we call by phone or something, if anybody, other candidates have any questions. Please, would you introduce yourself?
My name is Leonard Cable. I am a graduate of University of New Orleans in 2007. I was told that they were going to submit my name for candidacy, so I spoke to Ms. Ellen Berrio and Ms. Kim Tooth about the position. I felt it seemed very interesting. I wanted to make sure that I put my name in the running, and here I am.
Is there any questions from the table? Council members have any questions? Mr. Lapine, you have any questions? Mr. Juneau? Mr. Burt? Huh? Ms. Salvant?
I tend to be, yes, ma'am. If I tell my wife that, she'll kill me. But I tend to look at the facts. I tend to make my own judgments, and I try not to let too many people persuade me. I like to take everyone's opinions. I like to take as much, as much information gathering as I can, and then I try to come to my own conclusion. Yes, ma'am.
Very good.
I beg your pardon? I didn't hear you.
I was telling him I would like to thank you for coming by.
Okay. Mr. Williams?
Yes, what is your background in? What is your degree in?
I have 2 degrees. I have a Bachelor's of Science in Accounting from Our Lady of Holy Cross College, and I have a Master's of Business Administration from University of New Orleans.
Are you a Plaquemines Parish resident?
I am. I've been one for over 9 years.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else, Ms. Williams? Councilman Lapine?
Mr. Cable with this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What do you define or you see as the role as a civil service commissioner?
It looks like mostly bringing an independent opinion on a lot of relations that have to do with the parish and with the government. It sounds like you're trying to get people that are outside of the government, trying to get somebody that may have a different perspective, a different point of view on certain issues, whether it be for, I believe Ms. Berrio said it was mostly appeals on whether it be salary changes or whether it be terminations, suspensions. And it sounds like you're looking for somebody that would have a different mindset that would come from the government or from the parish. So that's what I'm here to provide.
And I guess touching on that, excuse me, is sometimes there is a very big disconnect between the council, the civil service, the board, who's in charge, who takes control of what. I don't know if you sat through some of the meeting before. We had some concerns and some disconnect, and we're trying to. And again, this is not trying to tell you what to do, but we're just trying to find someone who has that mindset of reading all the facts, producing it to the director, but going in a I guess a combined, united front. Okay, that's sort of the problem we have. And again, this is not dictating on how you should run it if you are appointed civil service commission, but we just wanted to explain our position, because sometimes we're on that other side and we don't get as much information. We don't find out things that have happened. So we want to try to streamline the civil service process as much as we can without reinventing the wheel. But okay, but that's what we want you to hear our concerns too. Okay?
Absolutely. I mean, it's very difficult to make an informed decision unless you have facts. And I think my position, what I do every day is more objective, being in accounting. It's debits and credits, and I think that you have to bring that to this kind of mindset because if you don't have all the facts, there's not much you can do with it.
Okay, thank you.
Councilman Burt.
Mr. Cable, thank you for appearing before the council. I just have one question. There's some current litigation going on between the council and civil service. Are you aware of any of that litigation, and if so, what are your thoughts?
I am not extremely aware of the situation. I've heard musings just around the parish, so I could not make an informed decision right now. If that did come to my attention, I would want to at least pull more facts at first, but I do not have any position one way or the other at the current time.
I have several concerns. The ability for you to be able to attend the meetings, would your job give you the time to release in case you have to go during that particular time for special meetings or in afternoons? Don't know what time you get off, but they do have most of the meetings in the afternoon. Would you foresee that being any kind of problem for you?
No, sir. I was able to come today. Luckily, I have a very lenient boss, and I have a very lenient schedule. I do work Monday to Friday, usually 8 to 4:30. Luckily, I'm able to take some of my work home, so I am able to work a flexible schedule.
Right. Most of the meetings are after a normal working hours.
Yes, sir.
But sometimes we know that we have other jobs that require us to extend. So I was just trying to find that out. Now, the other question I have is the understanding of what the responsibilities are. It's not biased. It's being objectively based on the information that's being presented. And in reference to that, would you apply that?
Mostly, as I had spoken of before, it's just taking in as many facts as I can get and then just literally applying an objective sense to it. Subjectivity can be a bane. It can also be, it's a double-edged sword. So when it comes down to the facts, you just have to take in as much information as you can and just apply it as willingly and as well as you can. You're going to have, I would assume you have a lot of people that are coming to you with their stresses, their issues, and they're going to put a certain personal spin on it. And you just kind of have to work around the spin, and you have to just push through and see what the actual problem is. And usually, there's three sides, his side, her side, and the truth. You just got to get to that truth.
That's all I have. Anybody else?
Joe.
Yes. Juno?
Yes, sir. Do you have anyone of your family working for the parish or the civil service department?
No, sir, I do not.
Thank you.
Ms. Solomon?
Yes, sir. You stated earlier that you've been a resident of this parish for 9 years. Is that correct? Okay. With all of the litigations that we have been in with the current commission, are you aware of any of those? And do you have any knowledge of the goings on with the commission and the current council?
I've only heard musings, ma'am. I do not have a lot of detail, and I definitely don't have that at hand right now. If I were put on the commission, I would do some research as soon as I were nominated to find out what exactly is still ongoing and to make sure that I would be able to at least put an objectivity on it so that would not be it would not clout my decision or my judgment.
Okay. And I guess you can gather from all of the questions and the lines of questions that being presented to you that there's a great concern with the commission.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's why I opened my initial question with how independent, you can be and what type of thinker you are. But you have expressed it many times, as you said there, that you would base all of your decisions on facts.
Yes, ma'am.
And I can appreciate that.
Yeah, I tend to be a very black and white person. Like I said, my accounting background tells me debits and credits. It's just A plus B equals C for me. Read in between the lines. You're still going to go back to your original facts. So I want to be as objective as I can if I assume this position.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other comments or concerns? You have any comments or questions or concerns from this board, Council?
Yeah, mostly it just has to do with the, I know a number of you have expressed concern with the litigation between the council and the commission. I guess it's not so much a question of is there animosity more than is there a certain type of person you want on the commission? Is there a way you're trying to fill the commission itself? Obviously, you're trying to get objective thinkers, but is there another kind of mindset you're trying to get in the role? And it's an open question, whoever would like to answer it.
We just like someone to be honest, just like you talking, and we just want someone to have an open mind. That's the main thing. And if you fit the role, that would be beautiful, you know. And we appreciate you coming here and talking to us.
I think I have the same sentiments as what Councilman Juneau. We want people to be straightforward and understand what is being issue at hand and be fair about it and not being persuaded by other people who may not agree with being fair. But sometimes you get to people as politics and not being what is truly right and just according to policies.
I'd just like to make one last
Yeah,
statement.
Charlie.
I know Lenny didn't mention this earlier, but he is active in the community with the Scouts, and I have 3 children, which all go to OOPH, so he is active with the children, and, you know, I know him personally. I think he's a great guy to fit that role.
Ms. Sullivan?
Yes. My biggest concern, sir, into maybe an informational piece is that the issues that I mainly have with the current commission is that the council is the funding source, it supplements the commission funding source, and we have been sued several times by that commission.
Right.
So that is a man concern of mine. So just for informational.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Any other questions from the candidate? Here, and thank you very much. This concludes your interview.
All right, thank you.
All right. Anybody have any other comments from the other applicants, other 2 applicants?
I spoke to Miss Becky Ballet.
Thanks, Lenny. Appreciate
Okay.
it.
I spoke to Miss Becky Ballet, Mr. Bartholomew, in reference to this. Just a little background on her. She couldn't be here today. She's the assistant principal for Bluefield Venice Elementary. She's a lifelong resident of Plaquemines Parish, graduate of Port Sulphur High. She received her undergraduate from UNO and her graduate from Holy Cross. She's a 27-year educator and 17 years as an assistant principal. She's available by phone if anyone has any questions until about 1. But I know Ms. Kim sent an email out with her contact information for anyone to contact her if they had any questions, so I'm not sure. I just wanted to put that out there. That's her information.
Thank you. Any other comments by any other applicants?
It was Mr. Lee Lemon.
Anybody? All right.
I spoke with him last week, and he said he would let me know before today, and I haven't heard back.
Okay. At this time, I'll entertain a motion for a recommendation from this board. Would you please, Kim, read the announcement?
Item 3A, a resolution appointing a replacement member to the Plaquemines Parish Government Civil Service Commission for the position left vacant by Trevor Smith and otherwise to provide with respect thereto.
I so offer. Is there a recommendation from the?
Yes, I'll make a recommendation with the gentleman that was here, because he's the only one that came here, and they were all notified that we were going to have this today. So it looks like he's a little more interested than anybody else.
Okay. Any other recommendations?
I'd like to recommend Becky Ballet.
Okay. Any other recommendations? Being 1 and 2, 1 being the gentleman we had here earlier, we'll vote on the first one. Then we'll vote at the recommendation Ms. Williams has, being the second, the number 2. And whoever has the majority of the votes is the one that we agreed upon. Well, okay. I don't think they all know the proper names of the names of the last name. I think that'll be the issue. Okay, we can do that. What you call it, Ms. Kim? All the names, we're going to vote by names. Listen, Ms. Williams will give the the 2 names that was recommended, and we'll just vote according to name. Okay, would you give them the 2 names?
Sure. Mr. Leonard Cable was the person present today, and Rebecca Ballet. Hockhalter is the second one.
Call the roll.
Councilmember Lapine.
Yes.
Councilmember Juneau.
Number one, the gentleman.
Councilmember Bartholomew.
Lemon, the same, number one.
Cable. Councilmember Burt.
Mr. Cable?
Councilmember Trufant Salvant.
Mr. Lenny, the guy that was just here.
Okay. Councilmember Edgecombe.
Ms. Ballet.
And Ms. Williams. Councilmember Williams.
Ms. Rebecca Ballard.
Okay, so there is 3 votes for being for Ballet Hockhalter and 1, 2, 3, 4 for Mr. Cable.
So Mr. Cable has it? Okay. All right. Recommended that this council recommended Mr. Cable. I seek a motion to adjourn. Ms. Williams offers and Mr. Juneau second. Roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Lapine? Yes. Councilmember Juneau? Yes. Councilmember Bartholomew?
Yes.
Councilmember Burt?
Yes.
Councilmember Trufant Salvant? Yes. Councilmember Edgecombe? Yes. Councilmember Williams?
Meeting's adjourned at
12:23.
12:23.